Hey y'all. There we go. Jesus. Hey y'all. I'm Renata, back with another video for y'all. I know I have not been back since week 6. So I am now in week 11. No, I lie. Dang. It's week 10, day 5. Week 10, day 5. Um, things are going really well. Nausea has went away. The only time I get nauseous is when I have not eaten on a time schedule. So I've learned that if I eat every 2 to 3 hours, something, I'm good. Now I wake up in the morning like ravenously hungry. But all in all, baby and mama to be are doing good. Um, but for this video, I want to talk to you guys about my first OB visit. So the first OB visit took place on February 25th. Yeah, February 25th. It was a Monday. That visit went well. When I tell y'all I was a ball of nerves, I really didn't know what to expect. Just let me back up. Let me back up and say, when I found out I was pregnant, I was already 4 weeks, 3 weeks. I was 3 weeks in like a couple days, by my estimate. I went to my regular PCP and got confirmation of the pregnancy on January 28th. So from January 28th to February 25th, it was like no communications with the doctor, nothing. So you're kind of just waiting. And I know a lot of pregnant moms struggle with that, and they struggle just like I struggled because you don't see the baby. You don't see the baby. You don't know how things are going. You don't hear a heartbeat. It's just you feel these symptoms or you don't. And I tell you, not feeling symptoms is psychologically worse than feeling symptoms, in my opinion, because my symptoms have not been on the extreme end like other moms to be that are throwing up all the time and things like that. I really just have had some nausea and sore boobs like crazy. But other than that, it's not that bad. But I would rather have sore nipples every day than not to feel any symptoms, because then that's when I worry. So, like I was saying, my doctor's appointment that took place on February 25th was my first OB visit. I still get out of breath, y'all. Was my first OB visit. So at that visit, Jimmy came with me. He took a half day of work, and we go to the OB visit, and he y'all, like, he was doing everything with me. Like, he walked me to the counter to check in. I thought that was so cute. But so I get there, check in. They look over my paperwork that I did at home and I brought in. Thank God I did it at home, because it would have been a lot to do it right then and there. They did my paperwork. Then I went into the back. They immediately had me do a urine sample. I guess they wanted to confirm my pregnancy with the pee stick. So as soon as they did that, I went and I did some blood work. And no, I lie. I peed on a stick. They confirmed my pregnancy. Then I went and did a sonogram. Let me tell y'all about the sonogram, y'all. I am like a rock. When I tell you I don't cry, I don't cry. I'm not like outwardly emotional a lot. Like, inside, it's crazy. But on the outside, it's very composed. And that's me 90% of the time. When I tell y'all, as soon as they're like, okay, get undressed from the bottom down and just cover yourself up with the little paper towel they give you, little paper towel sheet, cover yourself up with a little sheet, and I'll be right back. Funny, I'm used to the doctor leaving the room. The lady like drew the curtain, so she separated Jimmy and I from her, where her desk and her computer and everything were. So, I get undressed and I sit on the table, scoot down like a pap smear. If you don't know what awkward is, it's awkward. And it's not that I'm shy around Jimmy, because I'm not shy at the least bit, but to be having a pap smear-esque experience with somebody like your partner sitting right there was weird. But I scoot down and it was a transvaginal, so she puts the, I don't know, it's not called a speculum. She puts the little wand thing inside, and then I feel like I am holding my breath, y'all. Holding my breath because I'm looking. You would think that I went to sonogram school because I'm looking at that sonogram like, okay, that's a fibroid, that's a fibroid. I'm looking for the baby. As soon as I see a sac, I breathe a little easier. Okay, so I see a sac. And then, y'all, I see a baby. When I tell you this baby looked like a baby, like, I was immediately relieved. Like, my eyes welled up with tears. Tears just start rolling down my eyes because I'm like, oh my God, and I'm still gonna get teary. All this time of not knowing like what is going on, but you feel sick and then you don't feel anything, because at the point of this appointment, I felt no symptoms. I felt no symptoms, and I was so nervous. Yeah, I was so nervous because I didn't feel pregnant. So I'm tearing. The room is dark. All you can see is the TV screen, right? Not in pitch black, but it's dark enough. So I'm looking at the screen to my right, and Jimmy is to my left, so I can't see him, you know? He's sitting in the chair beside the table. So I'm here, my eyes are welling up with tears just rolling down my face, hitting the pillow. And then she turns the thing on, and you hear, and I don't know what things are called, so we're going to call it the thing. She turns the thing on, and we hear the heartbeat. Y'all, when I tell you, like, boo-hoo crying. Boo-hoo crying. So as soon as she heard the heartbeat, she measured the baby. So the baby measured at that point, I was 8 weeks, 6 days. The baby measured at 9 weeks, 4 days. So already a big baby. My Jimmy is 6'6", and I'm 6 foot even. So in my head, we're not gonna make a small baby. Like silly, but in my head, I don't anticipate this baby wearing newborn clothes. I just feel like it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out in 3 to 6 months. I know that's not gonna happen, and it better not. But I just don't think we're gonna make a teeny tiny baby. What else happened? Okay, so we heard the heartbeat, and then she's like, okay, she was in there for a minute looking at stuff. I have a number of fibroids. I think I have like 6 or 7 fibroids that are like intermuscular. I don't have any in the uterus. They're all on the outside of the uterus, surrounding. And then she took pictures. I'm like, is that another ovary? She's like, no. I'm like, is that another fibroid? She's like, no, that's an ovary. And I said, oh, okay. So did all that. So she draws the curtain again, right? She's like, okay, well, go ahead and get dressed, and I'll give you the photos. She'll print out the photos of the baby, right? So she printed out 2 pictures, and in the meanwhile, I'm attempting to sit up and wipe all this jelly off my self, and I just like can't gather myself. I'm crying, like super emotional, and Jimmy's like looking at me like, what's the matter? When I tell you guys, I'm like this all the time. But at this point, I'm boo crying. Like, I don't think Jimmy's ever really seen me cry. He might have seen me like a little sad, but to really see me cry, I don't think that's ever happened. But he's like, yeah, it was really something to hear the heartbeat. And the heartbeat was 170 beats per minute.